I promise y'all, I really thought my uncle was gonna die that day. I was just like, this is what it is. Shark attack. He's gone. What's good, y'all? It's your boy DDK, and I'm back for another one. And today, I'm coming back at you with another crazy story. All right, it seemed like y'all rock with these, so I'm gonna drop one every week. All right, so boom, family vacation. All right, the whole family. My pops took the whole family out to Hawaii this year, and this is a story of how my uncle almost died in the Pacific Ocean. My Uncle Boo. All right, so boom, check it out. We all, how like when you talk about doing something, it seems a lot better than like when it actually come time to do it, Like we could sit here all day and be like, yeah, man, I'm about to get in shape. I'm about to start running about 3 miles a day, do my push-ups, do my sit-ups. But then when it come time to actually do it, it's kind of like, tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? So we were on the way to Hawaii on the flight and, just talking before we actually even got to the airport. And we was all just talking about all the stuff that we was just going to do as a family in Hawaii. We gonna be swimming in the Pacific, or we going scuba diving. I can't wait to see some dolphins and some none of that happened, okay? None of that happened at all, okay? We found ourselves in the kiddie pool at the resort, okay? Chilling, right? And I'm not gonna say who it was, but somebody had a bright idea of, like, y'all trying to go in the Pacific, and just swim, like you actually get the real deal, swimming in the ocean, So everybody, it was kind of a little hesitant, but they ended up agreeing and we went. Now, it's very important that you know, my other uncle is a 30-year Navy veteran, okay? Not the one that almost died. The other uncle is a 30-year Navy veteran, okay? So, he's obviously the best swimmer in the crew, the most experienced when it comes to being at sea. And now that I think about it, hindsight is 20/20. He was the only one that wasn't swimming. Not in the kiddie pool, not in the Pacific. And like, I just remember looking at him like, like, you ain't, like, what's up, bro? You seem out of place. You seem uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I thought your whole life you've been living at sea. You know what I'm saying? You ain't comfortable. You don't feel at home. And he was like, I'm like, all right. For future reference, if you watching this, if you with somebody that know how to swim, an expert at swimming, and they not getting in the water and they not swimming, don't get in the water. Okay, because if they not doing it, come on, okay? So we all move over to the Pacific Ocean, right? Now the first like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 feet is really just, like that. You can feel the ground underneath the water. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that, right? So, me and my Uncle Boo was the ones who were the furthest out. We was kind of like at the edge, I'm gonna be honest. I could swim, but it's just I feel like it was more mental. You know what I'm saying? We was in the Pacific. And I got to the point where, like I said, me and my uncle was the furthest ones out. And I got to a point where my big toe was just dragging, dragging on the ground. And that was cool. I tried to go a little further. And then, my big toe kind of swept, kind of lost it a little bit. And I couldn't feel nothing, So I quickly got back to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed. So my uncle like, I'm going to go a little further. I'm like, yeah? He like, yeah, you coming? No, absolutely not. I didn't even have to think about it. Absolutely not. I came on this vacation to make it back home. I'm not getting, no, absolutely not. It was a guy and his son who were playing catch with a I think it was like a football or something like that next to us. And he was, out there. He was out there deep. He was like, oh, come on, man. It's not that bad. You come and kick rocks, brother. Kick rocks. Absolutely not, brother. I'm not, no, kick rocks. Anyway, so my uncle like, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just go. See how far I can go. All right, remember that. I'm going to just see how far I can go. All right, cool. He starts to swim out, and I don't even want to lie to y'all. I really don't know how far it was. I just remember seeing him get little in my eyesight. You know what I'm saying? The whole family is sitting back at the beginning part of the ocean, just watching him, right? Now, it's very important before I go any further with this story, you got to know and understand how my uncle is, okay? He's not a very emotional person at all, like in terms of like just showing emotion on his face. Like, that's not him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could be smiling, just extremely happy and joyful, and he will have the same facial expression on his face. You know what I'm saying? That's just him. That's just how he is. So we watching him. I'm watching him get little and littler and littler. And so eventually I saw him do one of those, You know what I'm saying? One of them, you know what I'm saying, where the legs flail up and the arms is going. But
you on your own, brother. I mean, ain't nobody even close to being out there. You're on your own. So we, everybody just looking. Oh, what could we really say? Obviously, we was worried, and it was, boo, everybody is, screaming and everything like that. But like, brother, you on your own, brother. Ain't nobody tell you to swim out there. You know what the Pacific is. You better float back. So eventually, because we still don't know what happened. We just see him freaking out. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, he get back to us. Thank God, he get back to us. And like I said, he's not a very emotional person. You know what I'm saying? He don't really wear emotions on his face. A real poker face type of dude. But when he got back, I could tell that he was a little, shooken up. Like he was trying to, play it cool, keep it cool. He a real cool dude, real suave. You know what I'm saying? But like he can't play this, brother. You almost died, brother. You was almost here by yourself. So he got back to shore and he was wiping his face off and everything. And he like, yeah, man, he looking all over his body. Yeah, I bumped into something out there. Well, everybody, the whole family, like, what you bump into? Like, what happened? Talk to us. We saw it, but what was it? And he just like, for a second, he was out of breath. He was at a loss for words. He was, I don't know. He had a big scratch on his leg. He was like, I don't know. I think I bumped into a shark or something. I don't. So the whole family, a shark? You bumped into a shark? We need to tell somebody. You got shark. He like, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know what it was. Make a long story short, as we continue on with the day and we do other events and activities in the water, stuff like that, we look at the water and we see that what he had bumped into was a coral reef, if I'm saying that correctly. It is just like brushed up against his leg. But the funniest part was just that my uncle is not a very emotional person at all. He don't really show emotion on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to just see him out there, it's freaking out. Then when he get back, it was funny. So my other uncle, the 30-year Navy veteran, we was talking and I'm like, Unc, you think he was really, shaking up out there? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I bet he learned this lesson today. He said, ain't nobody tell him to try to be He-Man and go out there and outdo himself. He said, I bet he don't go back out there again. And I promise y'all, for the rest of the trip, I never saw my uncle get back in the water. Not the Pacific and not the kiddie pool. You know what I'm saying? So it was just... My uncle almost died, bro. Almost lost the uncle. You know what I'm saying? He would have been left in Hawaii by himself. Because I'm telling you, brother, I would have not went out there. As soon as I felt my big toe slip off that ground, it was over for Dan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just watching. It was a lost cause. But, that's what it is, man. Just a crazy story. I really thought I was gonna lose my uncle that day. I promise y'all, I really thought my uncle was gonna die that day. I was just like, this is what it is. Shark attack. He's gone, So, if you like this video, if you like this story, if you want to hear more stories every week, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, man. I'm out.